welcome back to
Hey,
Wine About It.
this is like a blast from the past
I know we had to do it separately today because we are not together.
because we're
So
separate.
yeah, surprise, we're not together. So cheers to another Wine About It episode. Um,
Cheers to just having wine in
I
the middle of the day while we're working, getting paid for it.
exactly, exactly. It's perfect. I actually decided to go with a pink wine. It has watermelon in it, so
And I went with a peach wine, even though peach is not
mm,
my season. It is in my range of deliciousness.
it's in your food palette.
Yeah. Oh, we should do food pellets.
Well, we know how that would go, to be honest.
Yeah, anything goes with
Uh-huh.
me.
There you go. All right, so we are so happy to be back. We just want to say thank you to everyone. I know it's been a while, and we're on video 3, week 3 of Wine About It now. So excited to be back. We're just, if you want to say hey, leave us a comment down below. We'd be more than happy to see you guys and see who's here. I hope you guys saw what today's video is about, because it is such like this trending movement right now. Everything is pink, and it's not a universal pink, we should say. It wasn't like Pantone's color of the year, that very Perry color, where it's universal, everyone could wear it. No, this whole Barbiecore trend that's going on is not for everyone. I will just say that. And so we had to make sure that we gave you guys the colors that you can wear within the Barbiecore trend. And if you guys have heard anything about this Barbiecore trend going around, I mean, everyone everyone is talking about it. It's insane. I think it started, I really don't know how it started, but I know like that whole Barbie movie is coming. I'm going to go ahead and just get some of the
Valentino
news.
is embracing it in a big way. No offense to Barbie, but Glamour, even Wall Street Journal is talking it up. So
I know. I have this
out there,
Mhm.
and it's in home decor. I mean, granted, I could see it'd be kind of fun to just have like a little small room that's all done in pink, but Pepto-Bismol for days.
Did you see this one article at the bottom that's Barbiecore home trend? Like, what is going on?
Oh my goodness. This is what I think happens. I think that designers are, you may have done your room, from last year. You may have like really done it up gorgeous and sage, and, everything is just perfect in the way you want it. And the fashion trends now are, they're looking for something brand new to put out there, and they want you to buy something brand new. And, maybe they're out of ideas or something, and somebody sitting around the table at the color marketing group was like, oh, hey, ha, 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 let's do Barbie, it's a joke. And everybody was like, okay, let's do Barbie, because I can't imagine they were serious about this. And now it's like, it's taken off, off like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's wearing pink, and we want you to be able to wear your pink. Now, these girls, two out of 3 are wearing colors in their palette, and they look great.
Mm-hmm.
So, who am I to make fun of Anne Hathaway in this gorgeous pink? It's off of the whole Pepto-Bismol color. And so, I say right on to Anne Hathaway. And Lizzo in this color it's more of an azalea or a fuchsia, and I love it. But this spring, down at the bottom, Sarah, who is she? I feel like
that's Florence Pugh. Oh my goodness. I was obsessing with her yesterday because of the whole the movie coming out, Don't Worry Darling. So I was just stalking her Instagram, just seeing, what she was up to after she wore that gorgeous dress to the Venice Film Festival. But she was also in Valentino and doing the Barbiecore trend. So I was like, well, we got to put that in here.
Well, all I have to say about that is that she's not really, that color pink is not really her best pink. And if she had been, if it had been, well, we're going to talk about what her best pink would be.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can kind of see in this, I know it's a little small, but you can kind of see how she doesn't have the contrast. Like, it almost looks like she doesn't have much hair. And so you can tell she doesn't have the contrast to pull off such a vibrant pink like these winters do.
And look at her skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how gray she looks?
Yeah, it's just she could go a little peachier if it was
Yeah.
up to us.
Yeah. Hmm.
Uh, all right, so maybe we should just dive into what her best pink would be. So let's grab that. Florence Pugh, I believe she was rocking a very golden blonde hair, if I'm right. I want to say sometimes I feel like she's different between a lot of stuff, especially lately when I was on her Instagram not too long ago. She was a blonde, she was a brunette, she had short hair, she had long hair. So she's kind of been doing her own thing when it comes to her style. But yesterday at the film festival, or the day before, I don't even know what day it is, she had a pretty golden blonde hair, I'm pretty sure. So with that said, she's looking like a spring.
Hmm. And springs, as we know, the go-to for springs, springs can wear warm pinks, and that's kind of common. But they can also wear pink. Not
Mm-hmm.
a cool pink, but a pink that is a
Like a
non-cool pink.
yeah, I would say like a blush. Like if you were gonna put on a blush and
Hmm.
it wasn't cool, it's like that mid pink. It's not hot pink. It's not like this icy pink. It's like right in the middle, but it has some yellow undertones to it. And springs
Correct.
look gorgeous in that.
Yes, so it's right there in the middle. So don't shy away from that pink color. Don't feel that you have to be locked in to the corals and the salmons and the peachy pinks.
Mm-hmm.
You have an option. It doesn't have to be that cool, icy, bluish pink. You can have your real pink. Um,
Mm-hmm. And
and
I happen to have Carol Jackson's colors right next to me, the original Color Me Beautiful book author, and
Mhm.
she says it the best. A clear, bright, warm pink. I mean, that describes the pink we were trying to
That's
say.
exactly right.
But you also have like these other really beautiful colors. I know it doesn't totally reminisce or like look after that Barbiecore pink, but clear salmon, gorgeous, absolutely stunning on sprigs. And also, you should take into consideration these for lipsticks and blushes as well, because
Hmm.
these shades right here are perfect. Like playful lipstick, oh, such a stunning shade. We have Natural Veil as a blush, Cedar Rose as a blush, even this clear salmon to the far right, this very vibrant orangey red. That in a lipstick, gorgeous.
On springs, and sometimes springs are afraid of
Mm-hmm.
intensity. Do not be afraid of intensity because that
You
extra,
thrive.
yeah, that extra warmth you have, it allows you to really embrace
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of extra intensity. You get to play around and really, think Cameron Diaz and that lip color, which was a signature color for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she always had kind of that, once again, that salmon color, just that
Mhm.
clear salmon. It's so gorgeous on her too because she has that golden blonde hair, the warm skin tone, the bright eyes. It was perfect for her. And,
Mhm.
me being me, I
You are
always say,
you.
go bold.
That's right.
Never shy away from bold. All right, so moving on to our next season, since we already saw Anne Hathaway and Lizzo in those beautiful colors, I figured we
So
should pop
pretty.
on. Yeah, I mean, Barbiecore, this whole trend is really made for winters, but we added some other colors to that for the pink palette, just so you guys can see for all those winters out
Remember,
there.
remember some of these trends, anything that has core written past it, it is designed to be eye-catching and bold and
Hmm.
audacious. And Sarah,
Hmm.
you taught me that. I mean, it's like I would look at these things like a 66-year-old woman and go, "Oh my God, who would wear that?" And you would say anybody who wants to be noticed, people who really want it to be eye-catching. Finally, it kind of sunk in.
Hmm.
I got it. And these things, cottage core, and I would be like saying, "Oh my gosh, that looks like something people would wear out in the country at the turn of the century." And you would be like, "Mom, they want people to look at them and see that they're wearing something that's on trend." And I get it now. And that's what that Barbie Pepto-Bismol bubblegum pink is, but you can wear your own twist. You can wear your own slant of those colors. And that's what we're doing for you here, is a flattering slant to that trend.
Well, winters, I mean, I have to say, I am definitely jealous of my winter seasons.
You're a secret winter at heart.
Well, the fashion industry just loves winters.
Remember when we bought you that black wig? You looked really good.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can adjust. I'm not going to dye my hair, though. I can't do it physically or mentally. But winters, the fashion industry just goes straight to you guys, especially right now, these neutrals, black, white. I mean, the colors are made for you. And have you heard about the whole color disappearing from the world that's happening right now? They did a study and they're saying the color is just disappearing from like the color of cars, the color of fashion, the color of text. I mean, everything. They're just saying it's all neutrals, it's all black and white. And I completely get it. So we have to bring back color. And I may not love the Barbie color pink, but I'm so happy that color is just being injected back into our fashion.
Well, you probably didn't live through this, or if you did live through this, you weren't exactly aware of it. But back in the day, maybe it was the 80s, every single thing that came out in fashion was black. And all of the lip color that came out, thanks to Bobbi Brown, was brown. And not having anything to do with her name, but she just brought out this trend that every woman on the planet had a brown lip and was wearing brown clothes. And it was just, the world, on the street. If you went to New York and walked down Park Avenue, it was just like Gothland. Everybody was, just in black. And Coloring Beautiful sort of went through this metamorphosis where nobody felt like they needed us, and people were looking kind of not all that great, and thank goodness color came back, at least in fashion to a degree. So I don't want to see things go back to neutrals, and I want to see people wearing color, because color does so much for our mood, and it signals, color is a way people communicate.
Yeah, that's completely true. And I want to mention, Mary just had a comment that she said, I'm jealous of winter greens like pine and emerald. And I think the most beautiful thing in the world is a winter wearing an emerald with like a red lip. Oh, so gorgeous. So I completely agree, Mary.
You know who could really rock the winter palette and did. Remember Elizabeth Taylor and all those classic photos? And she would be wearing those winter emerald evening gowns that were and emerald, not emerald blue, sapphire blue evening gowns. I mean, that woman knew how to dress in her season, and she just always looked spectacular.
That is completely true. And I just want to make sure everyone knows at the end of this, I'm going to pop up all 4 seasons. So you'll be able to screenshot that. You don't have to screenshot one at a time. You can just do a one screenshot at the end.
And I want to mention that at the with my screen, be careful with your screen, because on my screen, the far right, the color on the far right is going a little brown based on what I'm looking at. That should be a deep raspberry. It should be very cool. But sometimes based on the color resolution on your screen, some deep reds will kind of take on a brownish cast. So I'm going to mention that, because what you should be seeing is a deep plummy raspberry. Very cool.
Okay, so now that we're talking about winters, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments as well. I'm going to bring up autumn, just because autumns are going to have a tough time with this trend as well. Like, winters just haven't made for this, but autumns, our pinks are not very pink at all. So
well, you know what's funny? Carol says in her book, autumns cannot wear pink. And I think that may be taking it a little far. I think that you can wear a warm pink. I've seen you in a warm pink. You're beautiful in a warm pink.
Like a deep peach color.
Yeah, more like that. More like a salmon. But I bring it up because really, if you look at its metamorphosis, the arc that it comes up out of, which is why we're showing the light to the deep here, it's really out of a rust kind of family. It's not really out of a red family. And that's why we're saying it's not a true pink.
It's a pink peach.
Yeah, just saying.
It's a very peach.
Yeah.
So, of course, autumns. This one is a little tough for us, but going into the peachier shades will really, it just makes it shine. And you know what? I'm going to go back on camera just so you can see. I'm kind of wearing this, let me make sure I'm in the center. This color, once again, a very peachy, orange base color. It has a pink vibe to it. I wore it, so I'm wearing my pink. But it's close. And remember your lipsticks as well. You want to be in your peachier, softer lipsticks and blushes like I did today.
Now, once again, I'm going to talk about color resolution on the screen. You, Sarah, to me, you're reading a little burgundy. You're actually reading a little cooler. I know that top on you, and I know that it's a little on the warm side.
It's very warm.
It's not reading warm. It's reading a little bit cool. So for those of you out there who are thinking that Sarah, with her lipstick and her and her top, actually dressed in something that was more burgundy, I think it's her lighting. So yeah. I'm just gonna toss that out there to you.
It's a very peachy color, like a soft apricot kind of color.
It's in that palette, believe it or not. But yeah. she's in a lighting that is not picking that up.
All right, so moving to our last shade, and then I'll put all 4 shades up on the screen so you guys can screenshot our summers. Summers do really good. Well, you know what? If you're a cool season, a summer or a winter, this trend, it's made for you. Enjoy it. But look at this array. How gorgeous is this array of colors?
Barbie's a cool season.
Exactly. She has the platinum blonde hair, and Barbie knew what they were doing when they chose her pink.
So's Ken, and Ken always dresses in his season.
Well, when was Barbie developed? They knew Color Me Beautiful. Founded. Let's see. Because they knew exactly what 1959. I
actually had a brunette skipper, though. I had a blonde Barbie and a brunette skipper. She was a winter.
Well, there you go. Barbie definitely started out with her platinum blonde hair, so she was always pretty much a winter, and she got the pink that was perfect for her. But take a look at these summer colors, because I love this array. I think it looks gorgeous. And the second from the last color, very Barbiecore. And I think you'll be able to find a lot of this. If this trend really does stick, which I believe it is, because celebrities are nonstop wearing this Valentino pink, I believe we're going to see a ton of more pinks in the marketplace. And you know what I wouldn't be surprised about if Pantone takes that into consideration. I don't think it's going to be like the Barbiecore pink for 2022, but I do believe there will be, when they do their trending colors, there are going to be a ton of pinks available.
There is something I want to bring up. There is a universal color that everybody can wear that I think would read very much like a pink for everyone. And what is that, Sarah?
Watermelon. It's we kind of put it, I don't know, this winter, the second color on this winter palette from the left.
Yeah, this one in the winter palette is a little vibrant, but if you step it back a little bit, actually there's something akin to a watermelon in all these palettes except for summer. But think about the inside of a watermelon when you're parched and it just splits open and it's right there in front of you and it's ice cold and you're ready to just dive in. That's the color everybody can wear.
It's kind of like a mix between the second from the left winter color and the end of the spring color, like right in between there. That's pretty much what the watermelon shade is. So everyone can wear.
The thing is, everybody can wear that color. So if you're out and you really want something that's kind of pink and you're in autumn, go for the watermelon. Because that's about as close to a pink as you're going to be able to get, girl.
I love seeing all four seasons together because it really gives you an idea. Like, say you're out and about and you forget your phone, so you don't have your sweatband, or you forget your sweatband. You forget everything, which probably wouldn't happen. But you're
Except your
starting,
credit card, which you always forget.
well, you start seeing and you start understanding how each palette is built. And I believe these visualizations that are set out with summer, spring, autumn, and winter like this really help you understand. Or maybe you're shopping for a friend. This is like the easiest way to start fully understanding what each different season looks like and
You
what
know
their
what
best
would make
colors
it
are.
really easy? Talk about hair color in relation to each of these.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, summer, your soft, that grayish color. Also, any kind of soft, cool color.
Blonde,
Your
ash blonde with
ash
no
blonde.
gold or red.
Mm-hmm. It's going to blend right into that summer palette perfectly.
Move into
Yeah,
spring, you're blonde with red and gold in your hair. Golden
right.
blonde,
I mean,
light brown with gold.
it looks like that peachy kind of color. It has those different hues in it. Yeah, I totally understand how that golden contrasty person would look, or bright person would look in those spring colors. It would look beautiful. It matches that overall palette.
Then you flip over to winter, you've got dark hair, no red or gold. Then you take that same dark hair, move it into autumn, you got lots of red and gold. It's right here. You're right here looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is. I like to think of that as like just your personal color palette. When you think about it, you're taking your eye color, your hair color, your skin tone, you're looking at it with each palette. And if something stands out in that palette, like say your hair is black and you drop it into a spring palette, that black color is going to stand out. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's that's what we talk about when we say wearing the wrong lipstick. It just enters the room for you. That hair would not blend perfectly into the spring palette, but the palette that it would blend into is the winter palette if you had jet black hair.
Well, here's kind of a, how I always bring the artists into these conversations, and it's because
Yeah.
the artists kind of see these things. Well, if an artist is doing a portrait of someone with cool dark hair, when they paint in a highlight, the highlight
Mm-hmm.
is usually blue, like a light blue. It's not
Mm-hmm.
gold, it's a light blue. Have you ever noticed that? And when you're looking
Mm-hmm.
at someone, like let's say that they have black hair and you're looking at that highlight, that black hair reflects a pale blue highlight. And that means their hair is cool. And if you look at someone with autumn, with warm hair, dark hair, the reflection is usually golden. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's there. All these clues are there. We're just here to make it easier for you to see them.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to give one little heads up. Go ahead and screenshot this because I'm going to bring us back on camera. So if you haven't screenshot each of these four seasons in the pinks, go ahead, do it right now because I'm going to put us back on screen. I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to come back on, and you get to see our beautiful faces again. Whoops. And there we go. Last one. Boom. There we go. All right, so now you got to see all the different pinks, how gorgeous each one will look. Autumns, I don't think the BARBIECORE trend is going to be for us, but I really am hoping that there is a good just influx that they add to the fashion industry and the textile industry of warm,
Please,
peachy.
the last season, the last trending season we had was all about the autumns. Do you remember how closely it followed all your autumn colors?
That is true. It was the fall. Maybe the warmer colors are coming back. Please, I hope so. And then they'll start moving on with this BARBIECORE trend. Because there's a lot of people that it's hard to pull off hot pink. I mean, winters, you need a ton of contrast. You saw that. You saw like Lizzo, she has so much contrast between her hair and her brows. I mean, that's why she can pull it off. But us, we are completely missing that. You and I are both way too soft to pull off anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, those hot pink trends, winter's out there. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you go get that gorgeous Valentino dress and walk that bright pink. I mean, they did the floor, they did the carpet, they did the stairs, they did the walls in hot pink for that fashion show. So I hope you enjoy it. Winter's out there, and we are just going to sit here and be jealous. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this show. It was so nice being live. We really enjoyed having you, Mary. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone who joined us. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And we should do a last cheers to wine about it. We'll see you guys next week.
Cheers.
And boop. All right, bye.
Bye.